in Russia. And one of their big new signings, Rodri Hernandez, does start here. The 22-year-old Spain under-21 international signed from Villarreal. But the tried and trusted 4-4-2 regardless of the names. New reserve goalkeeper in Adan has arrived at Atletico Madrid over the summer. 5 successful years for him at Real Betis. So Unai Emery's first selection as the Arsenal manager, and it includes Matteo Guendouzi, the 19-year-old signed from Lorient. One or two of the other big names not yet involved, including Lichtsteiner. Bellerin is at right back, Mustafi and Rob Holding are the centre-backs. Aaron Ramsey leads the side from midfield, as you've seen, and the 17-year-old Ernie Smith-Rowe, very, very big day for him, given a chance to shine here by Emery. So the story begins anew for Arsenal Football Club under Unai Emery here in Singapore against Atletico Madrid, and a warm welcome to Keith Andrews. Keith.
Thank you, Paul. Interesting to see the Arsenal set-up case now. We've already seen Guendouzi in the heart of midfield. Massive opportunity for him. So often pre-season games provide that.
Bit of thrust about this all the way to the bylines. A great run. Bit tentative perhaps by Aubameyang. Juan Fran closed the door in his face.
Superb. Really was by Reiss Nelson on the right-hand side. No fear. Respect to a degree for the opposition. Sees the gap in between. Partey drives through, not to get to the ball, and then he has the recognition to just hold it up towards the back stick.
Ernie Smith-Rowe. Kolasinac down the outside. Fired wide by Ramsey.
A little bit more expansive.
Nelson again making good headway. Pretty much 3 weeks of fairly intensive work. Maybe a bit more shooting practice is needed.
It usually comes later in pre-season, but he certainly settled well. Guendouzi.
Aubameyang going to hit it. Again, he was closed down by Juan Fran.
Well, they work it well, Arsenal. And again, it's Aubameyang the target. Smith-Rowe hung up towards the back stick. He pulls out lots of movement. Juan Fran.
Aubameyang. And it was Partey who stood firm. Aubameyang so sharp onto it, though. Not quite for Nelson. Here's Aubameyang, and Ramsey's got room down the Arsenal left. Lacazette drives into the box here, it's aimed at him. And he might yet get it. Oblak covering his near post. Wasn't fooled by that, Oblak.
Well, that attack comes from an organised defence. I mentioned about Aubameyang. Would he do the defensive side of things? He was back, helping out, and ready to pounce on the counter-attack. They were bright, they were sharp. Probably a foul from Holding would have been given.
He's changed the sides here for Nelson and Aubameyang. Aubameyang out on the right-hand side momentarily. Here's Partey, and that's about as wide a miss as Guendouzi's a few minutes ago for Arsenal.
The goalkeeper's been very quiet, particularly Leno between the Arsenal posts. 40 fit into this Unai Emery new look Arsenal.
Juan Fran does get to this one. It's a good pullback as well. Mustafi got his head in the way of it. It's over. Hit in the direction of Bellerin. Atletico Madrid beginning the ICC meeting with Inter. And then as it's fired over the top by Vieto. Shot count beginning to grow a little bit. All this for Atletico, of course, is in the build-up to their mid-August meeting with Real Madrid in the first full-on competitive. Smith-Rowe to Guendouzi. Ramsey, nice that. Lacazette, Oblak narrowing the angle. Superb goalkeeping. Nelson might still be a possibility here for Arsenal. Guendouzi didn't want to hit that one. Bellerin doesn't want to stretch a muscle early in the season going for that.
It's a shame.
Flickers from him. Here's one of the success stories of the half. Early Smith Rowe for Arsenal. Lacazette takes over. And Reece Nelson on the follow-up from Oblak. He might have tucked it home. Close call, but no goal.
Well, they carved Atletico Madrid open there, Arsenal. They really did. Lacazette, I mentioned it was bright. Ball inside by Smith Rowe. Gets it onto his left foot. Oblak parries it out. And Olabe just gets there ahead of Reece Nelson. The job at task.
That's tidied by Correa. And Atletico Madrid have gone in front here, maybe against the run of play. Not that they care much. It was Vieto.
Well, that's a few occasions now. And Atletico Madrid have caused problems down the right-hand side. Juan Fran, on 2 or 3 occasions, has been that one to provide the ammunition.
The 31-year-old had a very, very good time. 5 years at Real Betis. That club really rebuilt very successfully. He was a big part of that. He started at Real Madrid, actually. And what a reception he gets. 36 now. I don't think he's quite ready to be shuffled off as a backup to Leno, however. We shall see as the season develops. I'm always told that it's the humidity out here in Singapore which is the big factor. Not with this young kid. He's run well with it today. Oh, what a hit that is! Ernie Smith Rowe. One for the future, but seizing his moment, and it's 1-1.
Well, it's come from absolute nothing. And we spoke about the opportunities that some of these players were given. 17-year-old Smith Rowe has just introduced himself to the world stage. It's one of the toughest teams to break down. He showed intent.
Ramsey, he has room and he too can hit them. He's really mishit that. That's easy for Adan to drop on. Kolasinac. Lacazette hoped to keep this alive. Oh, he's done brilliantly. And there's a good reaction when it came back in by Montero Rubio. This is a lot better from Arsenal.
Bigger.
Deflection on the shot from Aubameyang, but it's all Arsenal here early in this second half. Atletico have not got started. This in its own way is very competitive fare, isn't it? The International Champions Cup. Given away by Guendouzi. Gamero's going on. Arsenal in a bit of a tangle. Somebody needs to sort it out here. Czech got down once and somehow they escape with it, but it was an escape. All of Arsenal's own making.
I'd say pickpocketed him. On this occasion it was Gamero. He's unselfish. He rolls it into the path of Vieto. Could have taken it on himself. And Arsenal were fortunate not to concede. Firstly, thanks to Petr Cech. The next from a crucial block. Looking dangerously, Arsenal in their own defensive third.
Very much so. Over the top in the end. Arsenal going man for man here. Let's see how manfully they can defend it. Czech grab forced it a little bit, perhaps. Mesut Ozil watches on.
I would love to see him manage in the Premier League at some stage.
Well, the move was good and the running was good. Only problem with it was the final execution was pretty powder buff, but the good run was by Nketiah. Rather blotting his copybook. Czech went the right way.
Well, it was a tired penalty. No real surprise. Lackluster run up. Tries to do him with the eyes. He strikes it well.
And Adan makes a fine stop.
Body language not great from the Qatarian. Very much on the periphery since his introduction. The hour playing an advanced midfield position, more central. It's a really good stop. Goes the same way as Correa.
Correction, it's going to be Rodri Hernandez. Rodri Hernandez. And he goes down the middle.
Well, he was confident, bordering on casual, the new recruit, Rodri Hernandez, and he looks like a Simeone type of player. The way he plays the game, very disciplined in midfield, just lifts it straight down the middle.
Willock is denied by Adan. He went the other way, and he was just as good on his left side, the goalkeeper.
Well, it's a very unorthodox run-up. He's right-footed. I assumed he was going to take it with his left because of the run-up. He checks his...
Borja Garces. That was not a very good penalty, but Cech got down to it, most importantly, and it keeps Arsenal's hope alive.
Well, the diminutive says came on 73rd minute. Let's look at Petr Cech and see an absolute man mountain there. Makes the goal smaller. It's a poor penalty. Great height.
Maitland-Niles. Very, very composed. One-one.
Well, both Maitland-Niles and Willock, Emery was checking out numbers, were one of the first to put their hands up. And that is as confident as you're going to get. It really is from the young man.
Key moment now in the shootout. Drilled it low and hard. 2-1 Atletico.
He knows exactly where he wants to put this. Malejo. Purposeful run-up, slots it.
Was denied a couple of times in open play by Adan when he came on. What can he do from the penalty spot? Adan denies him again. The third Arsenal miss.
And the way to beat Adan is clip it down the middle, clearly, because either side he's guessing under him.
So this is to win it, and would you believe Adan fancies himself against Cech? That was a good decision as well, because he's won it for Atletico Madrid, the goalkeeper, the reserve Atletico goalkeeper, on for Oblak and dominating proceedings here in Singapore. Cech is beaten, and Arsenal are beaten with it.